Hello, Facebook friends. This is day 2 of Bigger Love live transmissions. And I have a little surprise for you today. I got this amazing bouquet of flowers and I wanted to share them with you. Look how amazing it is. I don't think I've ever seen this many beautiful, different, diverse flowers. It's amazing, right? Look at this. Like, I just fell in love. I saw a store I was passing almost daily, and I didn't know there was like a flower shop there, and it just, like, it blew my mind. I just have to show you again. You don't have to actually see me, I'll just keep talking. And I'm just in love with these flowers. I'm just gonna give them a little bit of the space here, like this. Okay, so my dear friends, the topic for day 2 of Bigger Love, where we are exploring how to actually love in a big way, how to share your heart in a big way, and how to attract big male protective energy that matches your own. And so let me just introduce myself. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Dunja. I'm a mentor, coach, healer, and activator. I'm really happy to have you here today and anybody who's watching on replay. So the topic today is, how can women be energetically big and take space so that they can signal and appear on the radar of their soul husband, which they want to attract. So first I want to talk about like the whole experience of living on earth, especially for women. There is quite a lot of experiences that are stored in our body that signal memories and energies of danger and lack of safety. This is especially big for women, and so it is an energy that is collectively present within us that is actually attracting more of that same energy to us. And so let me kind of unpack this a little bit so that you don't think any of this is your fault, because none of, like, if you are scared, if you don't feel safe, if you don't feel safe with men, that is not your fault. And I want every woman to know that it's not her fault if she feels unsafe and if she's keeping herself small to keep safe, because that is an energetic pattern that saved our lives in the past. And it is very normal that it is like a go-to energy where we go when we are stepping into spaces of being seen. So what are the usual ways that we as women, or women in general, feel unsafe? How does it show up, especially in relation to men? So one of the things that happens is, for example, you go out and, I mean, there are trillions of studies about this, how women actually just feel unsafe in public spaces. They have to check, you know, where they're at, who's looking, who's around, which is something men rarely do unless they are living in like really dangerous circumstances. So women usually just feel dangerous walking out in public spaces. However, this is not natural. This is collective memory of feeling attacked, abused, feeling the danger of many, many situations that we have personally undergone and collectively as feminine energy in the world, especially with ancestors, especially genetics. So when we get born into this body, we actually embody the genetics of the family, you know, like eons back, and you can imagine how much of unprocessed, unsafe and dangerous energy exists and existed for women in the past. So the only way that you will feel safe as a woman is to clear all of those memories within your body that says, you know, red lamp, danger, alarm, be careful. And this is not regular, like normal, healthy way of like realizing there's something dangerous happening and actually, you know, responding to this. This is something that we carry in our DNA, in our cellular memory. So what are other ways that we experience lack of safety? Many women, especially some that I work with, don't feel safe to be sensual around men, whether in intimate relationships or in public spaces, because they feel, and this is again an embodied perspective from the society, that they are somehow doing something to allure men to act in inappropriate ways. So, what does safety mechanism inside says? Close the sensuality, close off any potential that will trigger outside danger. And I'm not talking about being overtly sexual in public. I'm talking about embodying your sensuality as it is naturally. So how you would be behaving in your home, like walking around, how your body would be moving, and how you are when you're outside. Or when you're actually interacting with a man. There are women who are also still from the same trauma of feeling attacked and abused and sexually attacked and sexually abused, that because of their unhealed energy, they have actually become more seductive. So they use this seduction as a sort of rebellious energy to show, like, you know, look at me, I can be rebellious despite of you. So the issue here is that the woman, whether she's closing down her sensuality or being rather too much out there, not in her natural state, she is responding to the previous trauma. One, I'm gonna be safe and hide, and the other, who are you, fuck you, I'm gonna show you how sensual I am. So the third way that I find women are generally scared when they are themselves, when they are women, is that, and this is a huge thing for so many women, that if I'm seen, so you don't even have to do anything, you don't even have to be sensual. If I'm seen, I'm a target. And I can sense now, I'm going to clear this energy right now from our space, because I can sense this experience of being a target in so many energetic fields of you listening now, and where I'm living and globally. So I'm just clearing this energy right now and just putting it into earth so that it gets transformed into neutral and universal and conditional love. So just looking at those three ways that women get scared about taking space, whether it is sensually, whether it is feeling like they are too much and they have to curb to be smaller, or they just feel they are a target just because they're female. What happens is the body remembers. The DNA that you get embodied when you come into your body in this lifetime also remembers all the ancestral shit. And so it is not by chance that this is the biggest fear women have, of not feeling safe and feeling like they are under threat of danger. And this doesn't allow women to fully live their lives, and especially to attract the right people in their lives. Because if you're embodying, even unconsciously, fears of danger, fears of attack, of abuse, of sexual assault, you will not be able to tap into your natural way of being. And this is what I want to talk about. I want to take us now, for a second, into the opposite feeling. I want to take us into the feeling of being safe. And so I want you to close your eyes just for a second if you're not driving. If you're somewhere that you can close your eyes. And I want you to try to remember a time when you felt physically very safe to be a woman. How did it feel in your body? It feels like, you know, you could have experienced your nervous system relaxing. You could have experienced your body and your muscles just kind of being heavy and like relaxing the muscles as well, so we can relax our nervous system and our muscles and even our skeleton, you know, like, and at the same time as we are relaxing in this wonderful feeling of being safe, what occurs is we naturally start to feel our kundalini rising. We start to feel sensuality rising from our womb and our sexual organs throughout our body. And when we let that happen, we actually feel joy. And I just want you to, I'm just guiding you for a split second to just go to that joy. The joy of being safe, and being safe to allow your life force, your sexual life force, to be alive. And you can imagine how your eyes look when you are sexually safe and free. You can see how your hands move, how your body moves. That's your natural state of being. That's what I would love to invite you to just practice embodying. But the point is, practicing this will not erase the trauma and the pain of danger and safety that your body remembers. And so, the way to address that is first to be very honest with yourself about when you're not feeling safe. Not pretend that you're feeling safe and not hide that you're not feeling safe, but be aware. Be aware of spaces, people, situations where you feel unsafe. And allow yourself to say, I'm not feeling safe here, and allow yourself to remove yourself from those spaces. Then I also invite you, after doing this kind of scan, where and when in your life you don't feel safe, and where you feel this danger of being seen, and this danger of being energetically big. So it doesn't mean like, you know, it can help to just spread your arms and your legs and just be very big. That feels very good. It feels good to take space. But I want to invite you to honor the times when you don't feel good to take space. The second thing I want to say is share with somebody how you feel. There is tremendous amount of healing when you share your fears with a trusted person. Make sure it's a person who can hold space for you and understand where you're coming from. Because if you're holding that fear always in your body and not letting it out, not having basically courage to look at it. So take the advantage of having a friend or a coach or a healer or a friend or a neighbor sit with you and you share with them when you don't feel safe. That is healing in itself, because you are creating safety for your own self-expression. And that's the first way of reclaiming your power. Second way of reclaiming your power is looking at how is this lack of safety, so this fear of danger, affecting my life today? Where am I not showing up in my life? Where am I not allowing people to enter my space who would be beneficial for me because I'm just afraid of everything? This is really important in terms of validating yourself and understanding the effects of this stored energy in the body, the effects of it in your own life. And third thing I invite you to do is try different ways of processing this lack of safety. This is one of the gifts that I have, that I can see into the precise feelings of danger and where this danger occurred, that I can help clear for my clients. But you can try to look for anyone in your vicinity who has ways for you to release this stored energy of fear, of attack. There are many ways, there's all kinds of, there's tapping techniques. There is this thing called TRE, which is like shaking your body like an animal does. A lot of animals, when you see them, a dog shakes, a horse shakes, and that's how they relieve stress. So there are many, many ways that you can approach this. I definitely include my own technique in helping people process this lack of safety. But look for anybody that resonates for you to help you release this, because the kind of conclusion that I want to make is none of the energy of fear that you feel today is yours. Even the one you think that you've carried because of situations that have happened to you. But situations that have happened to you are a result of how you were treated at a particular time in your life, when you started fearing and didn't have a space, didn't feel safe, didn't feel protected to process this. So you are carrying basically this fear along in your life. And I really urge you to find people to work with to release it. Because when you release that burden, when you release that sadness and grief and that experience of not being supported and loved as you would like to be in a relationship with your soul husband, you can actually attract that person to you. And it just feels like important to say that you can be free of this. There is so much of that fear sometimes within our own bodies and experiences, and our own mental spaces, and around us, and on TV, and wherever the fuck you look. Don't get discouraged. If you are an empath and a sensitive person, really put energetic boundaries to shit that's not yours. And also work on shit that is yours, that you took on from your family, from your ancestry, and on your genetic line. And that makes a huge difference. When you can heal these experiences, you can walk out your door and not expect to be attacked. You can meet a man and actually recognize that this man is the right and safe man to be with, instead of being completely closed to even notice him. This kind of structural release also helps you release unwanted body weight, because a lot of us, and including me, while I was doing this kind of work, I lost weight because the weight we carry is armor against being attacked, against being abused. So there are so many positive repercussions in doing this kind of work, and I want to invite you to take a step towards it today. Decide how you are going to return this fear that you took on so you can be free. I hope this was helpful today, and I'll be back tomorrow. Much love. Bye.